What is going on? Mike Dallas-Petersen here. I am starting a YouTube channel, and for no other reason other than helping people with systems, automations, and all of that. So I'm going to get in the routine of just asking for a subscribe, a like, whatever it might be. In the comments, comment on things that you guys are having trouble with, anything having to do with like Zapier, Integromat, Go High Level, Pipedrive, Google Sheets, whatever. If you need to glue something together, I want to help you. So in today's or video number 1, we're going to go over Go High Level and how to hook up Zapier with Go High Level and then do something like put something into Google Sheets, right? So it's very, very beneficial. The number one thing, obviously, Go High Level is great. However, what if you wanted to create like a list outside of Go High Level that's easy to access, that doesn't involve you going in and scrolling through, say, surveys or forms, right? So hypothetically speaking, let's go with that. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, so we're in Go High Level. If you don't already have an account, I can put a link in the description. It's very, very cool software. It does pretty much anything and everything, right? From SMS, email, phoning. It does funnels, it does membership sites. It does its own kind of triggers, kind of like Zapier, but not as, it's very internal, if that makes sense. There's got chat widgets, there's, what do you call it, reviews, all that kind of stuff. So I can go into High Level later on, but for the people that know High Level, let's get into it. All right, so what we're gonna do is, hypothetically speaking, we have a form, okay? Let's just call this, I have a TikTok form. Let's just create a new form. And I'm just gonna call this, I'm just gonna put first name, phone number, and email, okay? And then you can add a bunch of custom fields in here, like kind of whatever you want, if you so choose. For example, like why do you need to prospect in social media, something like that. So why do we need to warm up emails accounts or something like that, right? You could add in your own. Let's just add in our own just for shits and giggles here. Excuse my language. That's going to be very common. So let's go up into custom fields. Let's go down to add a custom field. And let's just add a large text. Say for example, like, why do you need help with Zapier? Okay, that's a cool question. All right, we're gonna hit save. So why do you need help with Zapier? We're gonna put that there. All right, so once we built this form, we can name it. All right, let's call this Zapier form, okay? All right, and we can save it and then integrate it and then go to link, and then boom, we have access to, you know, this form. Beautiful. All right. So once we built this form, and hypothetically speaking, you're going to be giving this to someone, right, to fill out. Instead of going into here, into forms and into submissions, and then finding the submissions from here, and then having to like export them, you can automatically put them into a Google Sheet. Okay. So we're going to go with that. There's a lot more functions than just this, but we're going to go with this for right now. So, all right. So what we've done is we've built a form, okay? The next thing we need to do is build a trigger. So we need to come down to the trigger, and this is the cool thing. We're gonna say Zapier form, and then we're gonna go to, and then we're going to go to webhook, okay? Sounds fancy, but it's not. And then we're gonna go to Google Sheets. And we're gonna hit save. That's the name of my integration. Everything starts with a trigger. Same with Zapier, I'll show you guys. Everything starts with a trigger, and then you have an action, okay? The trigger just means what triggers this automation, what starts this automation. And then the action is, once this automation has been triggered, what do we want to do, if that makes sense? So let's go to form submitted, okay? We're going to hit form is, and we're gonna go Zapier form, okay? What we wanna do after this is execute a webhook, okay? We're gonna come down to execute a webhook, and it's gonna have a URL in here, all right? We've gone as far as we can currently. So we're gonna go to Zapier. So when you log into Zapier, it's gonna show up like this. It's gonna look exactly like this. You're gonna have like usage, or and maybe you have a free trial, whatever it might be. You might have a team account, doesn't matter. You're gonna come up and make a Zap. All right, and the first thing we wanna do is come down here and hit webhook, okay? We're going to choose an event called catch hook, and it's going to give us this URL. We're going to copy that URL, we're going to come up into here and we're going to paste that in here. We're going to hit save. We're going to hit activate. And then this is done. We don't necessarily have to do anything in here anymore. Okay. So inside of here, right, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, copy that, and then I'm going to make that the name here. So it's just coherent, consistent. All right. So just like webhook, or go high level, this is the trigger, as you can see, right? The trigger is like what needs to happen. So in here, we're going to fill out a form, right? That form is going to be submitted. It's going to execute a webhook. That webhook is now the trigger for Zapier, right? So what has to happen? Well, it needs to execute this webhook. So we're going to pick that up in here. We're going to hit continue. And we're going to hit test. We don't have a test yet. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to hit full name. I'm going to put all my information in here because it's awesome. Okay. I'm going to hit submit. Okay. All right. Done. So now we're going to hit test trigger and boom, I've got a test. So all this is pulling fields from high level into Zapier through that webhook we just set up. Okay, we're gonna hit continue. The next thing we're gonna do is it's gonna say what happens when this trigger happens. We're gonna have an action step. So that action step is gonna be Google Sheets, right? We're gonna create, say, a spreadsheet row. Okay, sign into your account. All right, so now we need to create a Google Sheet. So let's go into Sheets. Let's hit add a new one, okay? And yes, we're gonna come up in here, we're gonna grab this, we're gonna call this sheet the exact same thing. All right, so what's in my form? My form is full name, phone, email. Okay, so we're gonna go full name. We're just gonna set this up. Full name, phone, email, and then what's the last question? So why do you need help with Zapier? Okay, so we're just gonna map this this Google Sheet. All right, double click, boom. All right, so you can do whatever you want. You can make it pretty, you can add colors, you can make the font consistent, however you wanna set things up. Right now, I've mapped it. So in here, since I've made this, right, we're going to select the sheet. So we're gonna go to spreadsheet. We're gonna, hopefully it's gonna pick up first time around. Boom, it's right there. So we're gonna grab that. The worksheet is just gonna be sheet 1, right? Which is just this one right here. And then we're gonna map it. So full name. So now what we're gonna do is the information that we've gotten in this trigger that's pulling from Go High Level, we now wanna map it here, right? So what we do is we go into, open all this up and we're gonna just map it. Full name equals full name. Phone number, right, equals phone. Email equals email, right? And then why do you need help with Zapier? We can actually just type this in. Why do you need help with Zapier? Boom. So we're gonna hit that and we're gonna hit continue. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna test and continue. Boom, so a spreadsheet row is sent to Google Sheets. Now we're gonna come into here and then boom, look at this. My tests came in, absolutely fine. So, well, now what we're gonna do is we're going to turn on the Zap. Okay, we're gonna go back to setup just because I like to stay inside of here just in case. We're gonna go to the form again and we're gonna say George, or I don't know, Susie Stu, okay? Our phone number, we're gonna do 250-997, oh, that's too many, 1111. Email is gonna be mike@mike.com, I'm just making all this up, because it's hard. I'm just making this up, okay? We're gonna hit submit. As soon as I hit submit, let's go here. And now, boom, comes in here. So now, I don't know if you guys see the benefit of this, but the benefit of this is that's how essentially to set up a webhook. Not only does Go High Level allow you to set this up for forms, surveys, whatever, there's a lot of things that you can set this up for. So notes added, opportunity status changes, pipelines, tasks, trigger links, email events, right? Like if, say for example, someone opened up an email, right? You could export it to Google Sheets. You can do a whole bunch of different things. This is just one of the benefits. So how this works in real life and how I use it currently is in my marketing agency. I have a dental implant marketing agency. And what we do is we have, every time someone fills out a form, we put them into a Google Sheet. And then every time they book an appointment, we add a 1 inside that Google Sheet. So we can tell throughout the history of that one person, what they've done and how they've done it, right? So if they booked an appointment, or if they've just filled out a survey, if they've booked an appointment, or they've, clicked and opened up an email address. So we'll have like a huge tracker that'll search for that person and then find it. So this is obviously very, very basic right now. I don't want to confuse everyone. However, that's how you go from building a form, to building a trigger, to getting a webhook set up inside Zapier, to catch that trigger inside of Go High Level into Zapier, and then put everything into Google Sheets. So just once again, let me just go through this. You could have an infinite amount of questions in here. You could have 80 questions, and all of those would get populated inside of Google Sheets here, which is, in my opinion, very nice way of looking at the data, rather than having to go into here, going into forms, going into submissions, and then like trying to find, here it is. It's not bad looking in here, but you can't export it. You can't do anything from it. You can't, add extra things onto the end of it, like fields and all that. And I just think it's a really cool way to keep track of all of your leads. And especially if you have like customers inside of the CRM at the same time doing things, you can actually hold them accountable to being like, well, no, this person came in, it must have been deleted, or something else might have happened, right? So let's just do it one more time. So we're just gonna say George Man, and then 250-495-8888, and then that's not a number, 494. 888. There we go. George@mike.com, and then because I do. Let's use my spelling. So boom, hit that, come over here, and Zapier picked it up instantly. So I hope you guys see the benefit of this. As always, video number 1, if you guys got value, please hit the like button. If you want more of these videos, please hit subscribe. If you have video requests, automations, integrations, anything that you guys want me to build and do with Go High Level, Zapier, whatever it might be, I will literally purchase the software and help you guys out. So please do that in the comments and give me some feedback. Appreciate everyone, and talk soon.